Girl,
Hey,
it's another episode of the Luxe Live.
I'm so excited.
Literally, I'm excited to do this right now.
Yes.
I feel like every time when we're going to record, it's like you kind of have to wade through some marshy days.
Oh, yeah.
And even situations and people, places and things. And you get in and you've got to do sound check and light check and outfit check and gut check, hair check. And then it's like, oh my gosh, we finally get to talk about what we came to talk about.
I know. Yeah. The prep is over.
Right.
We're in it.
And it's like, it's just like the flip. Someone flips the switch and it's like, yay, we get to have fun now. This is why we do this.
Yes. We're here.
Yeah. So we're not just here to have fun. We're here to bring the Luxe life to our listeners and viewers. But today we're going to talk about a subject that is very close to both of our hearts.
Yes.
And that is
family.
Our families. So we both have gigantic families.
We do.
We're not going to talk about all of them, right?
Very similar families too.
Very.
In size and order and
experience.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's been one of the ties that has bound us together the most.
Oh, yeah.
So we will talk about our extended families in an episode. I'm sure that will be enjoyable for all of them to listen to, which, I mean, that should get us up to, 1 million views and listens there.
Right there.
Just from our family.
Seriously, no kidding.
But today we're going to focus in on our household.
Yeah, there we go.
The core. And so we're going to get to that. Sorry, I feel like we both have a little frog in our throat today too. So.
Yeah, I'm recovering, so I know I've been coughing a lot, so I'm going to try to not cough as much through this episode.
Tell me why. I have to tell them what Ben said. My son, somebody says who's going to do most of the talking in this episode, and he's like, Mom. Like, no thought about it. He just already knew.
That was hilarious.
And I'm not sure if it's because he knows that you're coughing or because he just is calling me out. But regardless.
It's funny. We'll just go with it.
So, yeah, we're going to talk about families. So it's appropriate to start off with a Ben joke. But anyway, we also like to start out with the Luxe moment of the week.
Right.
And so I think it would be very fitting if we have a Luxe moment that has to do with either our husbands or kids. And I'm just going to be honest, because we say on all of our promotional content, all over our social media, in these episodes, we say, this is the real, we're being honest.
Yep.
Like, girl, if you wanted to share the loud moment of the week, I would share it this week. But a lot of my moments with my family this week involved shouting and
at least you're keeping it real.
Me being very loud.
That's hilarious.
So that's my Luxe moment, is that I can be real and say I did some hollering this week. So I'm sure you have a fun one to share.
I mean, I do. It actually was not loud for us this week. It was pretty mild. But last night, my sister is staying with us for a little bit. So last night, we all, my daughter, my youngest daughter, my oldest daughter wasn't home, but my youngest daughter made cake pops. We had ice cream.
Yum.
So she brung up me and my sister and herself on a tray up to my room, ice cream and cake pops. And then and Daniel came up a little bit later, and we all kind of chilled in my room and watched this new show on Netflix. And I was like, this is so fun. Like, us three were in the bed, and then my sister was over. We have like a little love seat. And so she was sitting in that, and we were all just watching it till about midnight. And it was just like, I love this. And the fact that my sister can join in too, that's like perfect moments.
I love it. So
that was my Luxe moment.
That is a very Luxe moment. And I'm smiling right now because one of the cutest things that we did. So I guess I am going to share one. It piggybacks.
Okay.
Last night, Greenlee came in our room. She had a late day at, she's an intern at church, and then she went to service. She came in because, she was just coming to greet us, hadn't seen us all day. And immediately when she walked in, Joe was like, you know what? I just want to get a sofa to put in here. I need to get a couch to put in our bedroom. And we both looked at him like, wow, that was random. And he was like, no, I feel like the kids are always coming in here. Like, we spend a lot of time in our room just because it's very comfortable and we like it.
Right.
And so we're not like living room couch people. I mean, some people might be, but we're not.
We'd rather be in the bed.
Yeah. And so he was like, I just got to get a couch in here for these kids to come, and then we can sit and, you know, watch shows. So
Yeah.
it's perfect. Now, my sister, Stacy, she takes it to another level because she actually will FaceTime. And whenever she used to stay with us before she got married years ago, she would actually back then she would jump up in the bed between me and Joe and prop up with pillows and watch movies with us.
That's so cute.
And so now that she's, you know, grown and married and 40 and all the things, she'll FaceTime and she'll say, prop me up. And what that means is she literally wants me to prop my phone up on the bed in between us.
Stop it. Are you kidding?
And she will watch TV.
Stacy, that's so cute.
Yeah. Yes, people, we are crazy. But that's family. And that's what we do, and that's what we love. So
I love it.
Yeah.
That's so Stacy.
You know what? This is what I love about our friendship. Your Luxe moment made me think of the Luxe moment. So listen.
There we go.
If you're listening, find you a girlfriend that does that.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was a fun Luxe moment. What do we got next on the agenda? Because I'm ready to get into it, girl.
Let's tell everyone a little bit about our guys. I know we did a very
start with the men.
Yeah, we did a very small intro, maybe in like our first episode where we talked about our husbands and kids, but it was kind of like a drive-by introduction.
Yeah, because I remember briefly saying something about the first time we met them or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to tell us a little bit about your hubby? Yeah. I already know, but for anybody else that's listening.
Yeah. So, my husband's really tall. That's the first thing I want to say. Because that's the first thing people notice when they notice him. First, he's tall. Second, he's white. Like, right? Like,
tall, white, cute.
Like in that order. Because there's a big height difference. He's 6'5", 6'6". I'm like 5. I'm shrinking, by the way. I am shrinking.
No.
I was 5'3", and now I'm like 5'2.5", and I'm like, this is not. I'm too young to shrink.
You did used to wear heels a lot more, so maybe
I did.
Maybe you measured in heels.
I stopped wearing heels when I had kids because I'm telling you, I was like, why? There's no point for this anymore.
You still are going to be too short even with heels for your man. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. So okay, so that's what my husband looks like, right? We met at church, which I know I said earlier in an episode. We've been together for 13 years, married for 12 here in, oh my gosh, 2 weeks? I don't know, something like that. It's coming up quick. So we've been together quite a while, and my husband's the sweetest. Like, do you ever just have those moments where you're like, dude, I freaking hit the jackpot? Mm-hmm. Like, I just like sit and I'm like, oh my God. Like, we were talking the other night and I'm just like, God, this is amazing. Like, to have a man that supports you, truly loves you, talks to you, corrects you, helps guide you, gives wisdom into your life. I'm like, oh my gosh. And like, what other person better? Like, yes, we have each other and you have your girlfriends, but like sometimes and as an adult too, I'm not trying to get sidetracked, but I am. But like when you're a kid, you've got your parents to lead you, guide you, impart wisdom. But there's a time where you're an adult and you're not really, your parents is asking you stuff, right?
Yeah.
But with my husband, there are some times where it's like he can just jolt me out of the mood, and I'm talking about in a good way. Mm-hmm. Like if I'm stressed, if I'm moody, if I'm just thinking about life all wrong, he has this ability to like jolt me out of it and make me see the whole picture and like instill some wisdom. And so he was doing that the other night, and I was like, dude, I'm so blessed. I love you.
Well, and I've obviously known Daniel for a long time, and so I met him right around the time that I met you.
Yeah, and I'm sure it was all close.
So he's like, I say big bro. I mean, it's just because he's literally bigger than me. But
he is older than you too, but I forget. Y'all are like the same age, really close.
Very close. But the thing that I always love about his personality is he just does have that like very sweet, very compassionate, concerned, like, and seeing that in y'all's relationship it's one of my favorite things about y'all's marriage is just how,
Thank you.
like, he really cares about how you're feeling. He cares about your mood. And so
he's very caring.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like when you imagine who you're going to marry when you're younger, some of the things you don't think about because you're young, your mind is still developing. And like, that's nothing I really thought about, like, to the extent of how
I want a really caring guy.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I want a really caring guy, but he's so intentional, and it's just good. And it feels good to be loved. And I wish that for everybody. Mm-hmm. I do. What else we saying about him? I mean, that at his core, he's hilarious. He's a huge supporter of all of your business ventures. That's one thing that I've always loved watching play out with you guys. He's like not just a cheerleader and a supporter. Like, he will jump in there and do the thing with you. Yeah. And I love that. I love seeing that. He is very supportive. Yeah. And he will, we work together, and that's fun. It can be crazy sometimes, as you know, anytime you're working with your spouse, sometimes it gets loud. Yeah. But, it really is nice because we get to really do life together. And so that really is a blessing that I know that not everybody gets that, but I am blessed to have him be able to work alongside me. Yeah. So that's good too. And he's very supportive. He was even supportive from like day one when we first met. Yeah. He was like, I was doing that babysitting business, and he was like, maybe I'll invest in your babysitting business. And I was like, oh, what? This guy says he wants to invest in my babysitting business? I thought it was so cool. Green flag. Yeah. So, but yeah, he's super supportive, and I'm just very happy. That's awesome. What about you? So I'm sure I already talk about Joe. We have been married also in a couple of weeks coming up because our anniversaries are like 2 days apart. Yeah. We've been married 23 years, and we have worked together all of those years. And so it's hard for me to even talk about my life. I feel like I've already talked about him a lot because it's hard for me to talk about my life and not talk about him because, we got married when I was young. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. People say codependent is a bad thing, but I almost can't think of a better word to describe how we are. Mm-hmm. We just understand what each other are thinking. Yeah, we have the loud moments, working together, raising teenage boys that are like him, and I guess Will's not a teenager anymore, and I was going to say a teenage girl, but she's not a teenager either. And so we have a lot of personalities. Mm-hmm. And the thing that I think I love the most about Joe is that he just always knows what to do. That's so good. And sometimes he gets on my nerves because he thinks he knows how to do what to do, and I maybe have a better way, but he knows what to do. And I love that because, I did get married young, and he's older than me, and I appreciate his leadership. And that's one of the things that working with him, I've always had a lot of people who will raise their eyebrows. Oh my gosh, you work with your husband? Mm-hmm. Clients of ours or whatever. And they're like, how do you guys work together? How have you worked together this long? And the simple answer is because my husband knows what he's doing. Like, I'm not going to be up here working for some fool. I'm not going to be up here working with some, fly-by-night person with no integrity. Like, I respect him as a leader, and I think that's really important to have in a husband, right? Oh, yeah, for sure. I think that there are lots of, if we have people who are younger listening, you hit on a good point about priorities, when you're young, like what you think you're looking for in a spouse. Yeah. And sometimes people get those priorities mixed up. Mm-hmm. Yes, they need to be cute. Yes. And you started out with how Daniel looks. Look, Joe, he's got that salt and pepper hair. I know I'm the one that gave it to him. He says my hair used to be black until you turned it gray, but I like that. So I guess maybe I did that on purpose. That's hilarious.
He's very fit. He works out. You know, he's 52. I'm telling all his business. He's 52 and he works out, and I be like,
love it.
hey, let me feel your muscles. And he gets so embarrassed, even if it's just me and him, but he still, with red cheeks, will let me feel, you know,
I
his
love
bicep.
it.
So yes, all the attraction, all the handsome, all the cute, all the pretty, but are they a caring person?
Right.
Do they care about how you feel?
Yes.
Are they a leader? Do they know how to step up to the plate when things get tough? Or like you said, maybe in a mood. Look, I get in a mood.
Right.
I'm a woman.
We're
all
moody.
get in moods.
Yeah.
This is what happens. It's a cycle. It happens.
Yeah.
Every few weeks we go through this rotation of moods. That's our whole life. I'll never forget. It wasn't actually that long ago. He sent me a video.
Sorry. Go ahead.
He sent me a video of, it was a doctor talking about like the cycles that women go with their hormones and everything. And he was like, oh, this was very enlightening. And, you know, just saying what he learned from it. And I was like, honey, since I'm 11 years old, I know this. Like, I'm glad you see it. I'm glad you saw this video. But that's what we are. We're moody. We have like a roller coaster that we go on. And having a husband, for me, that is a leader that can lead me out of those, hey, you don't need to be being loud right now, girl. Go simmer down now.
Yeah.
And I need that. And I appreciate that about him. And, but yeah, also him respecting me and working with me. And he's been so supportive of everything that I've aimed to do. I feel like we have a good ebb and flow with that. And we both have big personalities in life and business. And so sometimes it's hard for us to both be like the leader on something.
Right.
And I think it does make me feel really important when he is such a strong leader, and yet he'll put his stuff on the side and come help me launch a podcast.
Exactly.
Or start a new business. So that makes me feel really special and important to him. And that's what husbands should do. So
yes, yeah, and I love y'all's relationship because they've probably heard. I think we mentioned it in other episodes that we worked together for 8 years, every single day, 8 hours a day, whatever. What you know what I mean? Yeah. Like we have spent so much time, and so I would always say, like, because when we first got married, you all were like 10, 11 years into your marriage, and I would just be like, oh my gosh, y'all are an inspiration because I got to see, like, okay, here's how a couple works out things, works together in an office. You know, it's so funny because it's like, I just believe in giving honor to where it's due. Oh and I know, don't you know, because we've been through so much, but I don't discount like what I learned from you guys in marriage and in business. Okay, now I'm crying. We told them we would be real.
We said we're gonna be real.
Yes, and so we need tissues. But yes, I learned so much, and you don't know when you're in it. Like, okay, this was preparing me. I didn't know one day that I would own my own company and do business with my husband. You know, I didn't know. So God really I love how he set that up, and I love you all's relationship because it's real. It's real. And go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, it's the same on the other side of it. You don't know when you're being prepared, but you also don't know when you're preparing someone.
Right.
So in those real moments of us just living our life and running our business and being loud and, you know, being two dominant type A people and thinking, oh, thank God it's Mercedes that's here with us that doesn't think we're lunatics, right? In those moments, you don't know that you're being the example that you're being or preparing or, you know, that this is some modeling moment for you're just like
you're just living,
trying to get through it and survive it. And I know we're about to talk about kids next, so maybe this is a good segue. I have always thought that, you know, you hear these people who say, and it's not wrong, neither one of these perspectives I'm about to share are wrong, but you're people that say like, oh, you should never argue in front of your kids, or you should never have words, or let them know about issues that are going on or challenges. Right. And I'm just not those people. Because I know that I have made it through things in my marriage and in my business and just my whole life. I only made it through that because I saw either my parents or my grandparents go through something like that, and they didn't hide it, and they went through it, the raw, the rugged, and we were there to witness, right? And I learned from that. So there are so many things that seeing my parents, my grandparents, just going through living out the challenge that have saved me, because I could pull on that and recall it, you know? And so I've always been one that just, you know, absolutely, you don't just go out letting your business all hang out in front of everybody. You have, we're preachers' kids. We know better than that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
But in my home, obviously you don't make your kids your therapist and include them in your problems. But I think that it's very healthy for especially older kids who are going to be going out and dating and having relationships and choosing a spouse. What you want them to see some fake scenario that you've created, and then they have situations in their life with their spouse and they literally fall to pieces, get divorced, don't know what to do.
They don't have a clue.
Because they think, oh my gosh, my parents had a perfect relationship and this is awful. I've chosen badly. Look, I don't care who you choose. You're going to yell. You're going to throw a remote. You're going to whatever. I mean, you know, you're going to have those issues. Maybe you aren't a loud person. Maybe you're a shutdown person. You're going to go get in your car and cry by yourself then. It's going to happen.
Right.
And so I just say we might as well prepare the way, right?
Well, it's conflict resolution.
Absolutely.
I mean, as long as there is resolution. That's the key. Your kids do need to see that.
That's right.
They do. And we're not shy about that with the kids either. I mean, there are some things obviously that need to be said in private, but like, you know, little spats you get into or whatever.
Or even when there's something in private, just to say, hey, we're not having a great day today. We're working through a challenge.
Leave us alone.
I'm not cooking dinner. I'm going down the road. That's what we say.
I'm going to
Joe's from West Virginia. We go down the road.
Yeah.
I'm going down the road. I am going to go and get a coffee.
Yes.
And walk around Target for the next 45 minutes and make yourself a sandwich.
Yeah. Literally.
And not because I'm mad at you, not because I'm mad at him. We're having a challenge. And that's okay. So anyway, I guess that was a little rabbit trail talking about family, but you talked about the modeling and, you know, things that you've seen from us. And so thank you for such a high compliment. I think you and Daniel have a great relationship, and I'm happy to be a witness to it and part of it. So, the kids, that was my segue. Going to the kids. Yeah. So do you want to, we talked about you being a stepmom and all the things. Do you want to kind of just highlight the kids and tell about the girls and like their stage of life and what they're doing?
Yeah. Okay. So I've got 2 girls. They are pretty much young adults now. Our youngest will be 18 very, very soon. This is a whole new world. And this isn't about, we will, I'm sure, get to that later. But yes, I am a step parent. I never really consider myself a step parent because the role I played was not a step by any means. Like it wasn't, I didn't get, you know, and not a knock. Every step parent has a different situation, right. But a lot of people only see their step kids on the weekends or every other week. No. My kids were with me 24/7 and more than they were with my husband or their biological mom. Mm-hmm. I had them the majority of the time because he was working and I had more of a flexible schedule. So I never really consider myself I never even really call myself a stepmom.
No.
And so anyway.
And the girls don't really look at you as a stepmom.
Yeah.
It's right. Mom.
So I've had them since when me and Daniel started dating. They were like 3 and 6. It was right before Alexis's birthday. And I mean, I just kind of we just have like an instant thing. We didn't have time to date, and that's a whole, we'll get into all of that later. Mm-hmm. But, so I kind of just went into that instant role of mom. not knowing. Obviously, I have a great mom and good parents. So,
and you're an oldest sister,
and
so
an
you
older
have
sister.
a mom.
You have that
nature.
Yes. So I just kind of jumped right in and started doing what I knew to be best. From at 23 years old, how much do you actually know? But and I think you had Will when you were 23 when you became a mom too. But
I think I was 22,
22,
yeah,
something like that. So I mean, you're still so young, and at the time you think you're grown. Now I sit back and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know nothing. Like,
right.
What the heck? So I did my best with the knowledge that I had, and thank God I had good parents. So it wasn't like I was terrible. But I have two beautiful girls, and they are both taller than me now. So I'm like this little midget in the family. Ellie, our oldest, she is the sweetest girl you will ever meet. She's like her daddy. She's got that really kind, caring, very intentional. Like, honey, they will feel whatever feelings you have, they will feel them for you. They're very caring and just sweet and intentional. And she's navigating being an adult, and so that's been hard yet promising and rewarding to see her and her relationship with God just blossom.
She's in college.
Gosh, she's in college, and that it's just, I'm so proud of her. Okay, and then our youngest, she's still in high school, and she is like she's the fun little sis. Spunky, and she's spunky. Yeah, she's very opinionated, so she has an opinion about stuff, and she's gonna have the last word. But I love it. It just says so much about her personality. We looked up her. Her name is Alexis, and it means defender of man. And honey, that is her, because she will defend somebody. She will stand up for somebody. That's just her personality. And watching her grow into, an adult. I'm so sorry. First off,
an emotional episode.
Yes, first off, it's going way too. It goes so fast. And people say, "Oh, it goes fast." Oh, it goes fast.
It legit does.
And you're like, how did this and really, I think this has been the most monumental years, because you go from being their chauffeur, driving them around, telling them where they got to be, to none of that.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got her license.
They have a life.
I mean, they have their own life. And I'm like, what the heck? I don't know.
Cohabitating and leading and guiding.
Yeah.
They're living their life.
Parenthood takes a different spin once your kids get to that age. There's, still some rules because they live in your house. But I mean, a lot of it is just guiding them. Yeah. The Bible talks about the rod. A lot of people like to talk about spanking. It's really just to guide your children.
That shepherd's staff.
Yes. Yeah. So that's what we're doing now. But I'm proud of both of the girls. And so we've got a house full of girls. My husband is outnumbered because even the dog is a girl. So a lot of
he likes it that way though. Yeah. But he does have special times with the boys in his life. I mean,
he has a ton. Dude, that guy.
Ben and Will love Daniel. especially Ben. Ben is just that's his.
I love it.
That's his bud. So yeah,
he's fun. Kids love him.
He's outnumbered, but he ain't mad about it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so now your turn.
Okay, so we've got, my kids so well. I mean, that's the thing about it's fun to share this for whoever's listening and for us to share these things about our kids, but we know our kids, each other's kids so well.
Right.
But when all of our kids were little, they actually thought they were cousins. They actually told people that they're cousins. Yeah. Because it was so cute, because they just said, well, you and Mercedes are sisters, so that means we're cousins, right? Because we both have a lot of sisters. And so it's like they grasped that cousin concept real easily, and they just well, we're cousins because y'all are sisters. Yeah. And that's very sweet.
I love it.
And they all love each other, and they're all best friends in their own little relationships. And Ben connects so much with Ellie. Ben and Alexis used to, when they were younger, they would get funky with each other, the two babies of the family, and picking at each other. But they've made a million crazy YouTube videos, and
I love it.
Remember when we were saying we're going to send Ben and Alexis to Hollywood because
Yep.
they were just like over the top. So these kids have grown up together. And Greenlee, I'll talk about her in a minute, but she's, you know, best friends with Ellie. And all of these kids have just, they've had such a good life together, I think.
I'm so glad it's that way.
They've had a Luxe life.
Yes. We've given them the Luxe.
And I love it because neither one of us have family that live here.
That's what I was going to say.
So
we're like these displaced big sisters.
Yeah. We don't live in our hometown.
Yeah.
And so having that, I love that we created our own chosen family.
Yes.
And they found their cousins.
Yes.
And, you know, there's not a thing in the world wrong with that. It's beautiful, actually. So that's one of my favorite things about talking about our families, is pointing that out. But Will is my oldest. He just turned 20. I love that boy. He's so handsome, but he is so wild. And when I say wild, I don't mean like bad behavior wild. Like he's just got like this free spirit of like, he has wanted to be a man since he came home from the hospital. Like, you know how you like wrap babies up and like swaddle them like a little burrito.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
so cute.
Did that to Will, lasts for 2 seconds. He's flailing arms and legs, coming out, try to hold him like a little cradle football in your arm, cry, wanted to sit up and be faced out to where he could see what was going on all around him. Like day one. Day one. My grandmother tells a story about, you know, like our first nights home from the hospital, she came and stayed with us. And we lived in Columbus, Ohio, and she came and stayed with us because I didn't have any family there either. And we had him in a little bassinet. I'm in the bed. She's in the room with me on a love seat, and we weren't in the master bedroom because, you know, it was upstairs. So I had like taken over the study, and I had my own little bed in there. She had a love seat. We had the bassinet, and he would not stay in that bassinet. So if you were against co-sleeping, stick your fingers in your ears, because grandmother went and got that baby out of that bassinet because she was like, Candace needs some sleep. She puts him with her on the couch, you know, bed, and put him, you know, far enough away because she raised enough kids and grandkids. She knows. Right.
Yeah.
Give him some space. And she said he inchwormed. That's what she called it. She said he inchwormed his little body. This like he's 3 days old. Inchwormed his little body until he got over to snuggle with her.
Oh.
She'd move him back.
Oh no.
And then inchworm.
That's so cute.
He's always been very independent and headstrong. When he wants to do something, he inchworms and does it.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud of him for that. Now, it does cause us to have conflict because sometimes I don't want you to be inchworming. I want you to do what I said.
Right.
Right? Like, he's 20, so he doesn't need to do everything that I say anymore.
Yeah.
But
you still have some wisdom for him.
I still have some guidance for him. And so we're at with him learning how to be out on his own. He moved out this year.
Hey.
He has his own place. And that was it was a difficult transition, you know, to see your baby that you brought home inchworming on the love seat with a grandmother to like have their own apartment. I mean, it was very emotional, but I'm proud of him. And he is a good man, and he has a lot of qualities that I see men a lot older than him that they don't have, you know. So I'm really proud of him. And then I will go to our middle, which is Greenlee, she is our niece that I call her my bonus daughter, right? And she has lived with us off and on throughout the years. She is Joe's sister's daughter, and she has 3 kids, and the older 2 are much older.
Yeah, his sister has 3 kids.
Yeah, his sister has 3 kids. Her older 2 are much older, and Greenlee has, just with life circumstances, health issues that, you know, her mom has had and just different things, Greenlee has ended up with us, and she finished out high school, and she's in college now, and that's the thing about family. Like you, when talking about the stepmom thing and talking about, we joke, and she doesn't call me mom. I mean, she has her mom, but she's like, but you're a mom to me. And so I'm like, well, just call me Auntie Mom. And so we joke around, and we've turned it into Mompty. So yeah. Anyway, she is the daughter of my heart, and I love having her in our household when she's not at college, because she completes something. Like, I come from a girl family, right? Like, you know that I've got 3 sisters. Out of all the grandkids, I can't even count, but I think it's like 15 grandkids on my mom's side of the family, and 2 of them are boys. Right? And I'm the oldest, so I've been around for all these girls. My mom has 3 sisters. It's just we're just a girl family. And so being in a house, I was like Daniel, I was outnumbered by boys. Like, I literally have a room in the house that's my closet, dressing room, whatever you want to call it. You've been in it. It is pink. It's just everything pink. I mean, I literally have stuffed animals on the bed just because I needed a place to be a girl.
Yeah, I love that.
So you've recommended, maybe we'll do an episode from in there one day.
That'd be great.
So, I needed Greenlee, and she obviously needed me, and we just went on a trip with her mom and her sister. And so that's where I was going with this, is that family looks different. Every family looks different. And blended families are not always just like divorced parents who remarried, right? And have
that's good.
Step kids and step siblings and whatever. Blended families come in all different kinds of packages. Yeah, it's a blend,
right?
And that is what family is. We jump in and we lift one another up, and we help each other, and we get the job done, and that's what family is.
Yes.
And so that is what has happened with Greenlee being in our home, and we have enjoyed every minute of it. She is a sweetheart. She, what can you say about Greenlee?
She's the sweetest.
She's just like the most humble. Ooh. She is very caring, but she does like her alone time. She's an introvert. So it's funny because she is so caring, but then like once she's hit her wall, she's just like, I'm done. Out. I'm going to my room. Yeah. Like, I can't say anything else to anybody else. She's actually a lot like Joe. And so I'm like, literally, this is perfect, because she is literally like your child, more than your actual kids.
That's hilarious.
Now, I think Will's wildness he gets from Joe, but Greenlee has his personality. And so they're a lot alike. I mean, he'll say some West Virginia mountain thing to me that I don't understand, and we'll have a talk at some point about country versus Southern, because I am Southern. I am not country. I am Southern. He is not Southern. He is country. And so he'll say something, and I'm like, say what? And she will just immediately fill in the blank, finish. She knows what he's thinking.
I love it.
So it's been a lot of fun having her, and seeing him get to be a girl dad vibe. Yeah. And she could pretty much get whatever she wants out of him. So.
I love it. So
and
sweet.
And then we've got Ben, who you hear me talk about all the time, because he's the baby.
He's our baby.
He's baby Ben. And he's not a baby because he's 15. And he just had a birthday, and he's getting a driver's permit, and like,
what is happening?
I'm sad about it, but I'm not mad about it.
Right.
Right. So he's a very social butterfly, and he's always like, I need to go to the church. I need to go to this friend's house. I need to go, all the things. And so we talked about this, I think, at one point, like, I don't remember my mama taking me and doing all these things. Sorry, no offense, Mom. Like, I'm not saying it's something bad, but
we just didn't have as many places to go to.
I think that's what, like, it had to be. It was just a different vibe. There's so much to do and so much going on. And
yes.
We live in a bigger city than what I grew up in too. I grew up in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And so it's smaller than Louisville.
Yeah.
And so, I don't think there was that many places to go. Maybe it was because we had family around too, like aunts and grandparents that picked us up and stuff. I don't know. I just feel like I
didn't need to
driving a
go.
lot.
That'll be fun to ask our moms if they agree with that statement. Like, do they
we
feel
need to
like
have like a mom episode
like
where
our
we bring
moms
the moms
on? Because I want to know, do they feel like they were driving us out around them?
Yeah.
Now, my mom was the youth group leader at the church where my dad passed, so she did do a lot of driving, like taking us to conferences and stuff like that. But like what you're talking about is just
everyday life.
Just everyday life. Us needing to go everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't remember needing to go a lot of places, but I'll let my mom, I'll let her tell us what, but I get it. These kids do need it's a lot.
Yeah.
They seem more needy than we did.
Yeah. So I'm not mad that he's going to be driving in a year.
Right.
But he's very responsible. Ben is an old man. Like he's an old man in a teenager's body. We joke a lot like that he's got a dad vibe. Like when he was little, I used to ask him, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he would say a daddy.
Did he really?
Oh, yeah. He will deny it.
So
but
sweet.
There was a point in time when he said that he wanted to have 15 sons.
Oh my gosh.
15 sons. And I was like, I'm going to start praying for your wife right now. And he was like, oh, I'm not going to be married. And I'm like, what?
Wait a minute.
This is not how we're raising you. Oh my God.
We ain't raising no Nick Cannons over here.
And he was like, he's literally like 4 years old, 5 years old. This is hilarious. And I'm like, Ben, you're going to have a mama if you have 15 sons. And he's like, no, I'm going to adopt them. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And I said, I'm going to pray that you have a beautiful home. And he's like, oh, it'll be right with you.
Oh.
And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, I can't take care of 15 sons by myself. We're going to live with you.
That is funny.
Yeah. So he then, as he got older, lowered it down to 7 kids. Oh, okay. And I think he's gotten more realistic now and probably just wants an average sized family. But he loves dad jokes. He dresses like a dad. He likes dad sunglasses and jean shorts and cargo shorts. And so we tease him and say he's the daddiest dad that ever did dad.
That's so cute.
So yeah, that's our Ben. He's mature for his age because he's got the older kids
right
in the house. I feel like the younger ones, that can kind of happen, or it can have the opposite effect, and they're like, I feel like my brother, sorry bro, but it's true. My brother had 4 older sisters, so he wasn't like more mature from hanging out with us. He was just a baby.
Yeah.
Like I don't think he made his own drink till he was 13.
Stop it. That's hilarious.
Like for us, I'm 11 years older than him, so for us it was like a real life baby doll, and we just took care of him. And so I guess on Ben it had that opposite effect, and he's just like 73 years old. So that's our kiddos. Ben is homeschooled, and I forgot to say Greenlee is in college as well.
Ellie so Ellie's my oldest, Greenlee's her daughter. They go to school together, and I love that they go, and they're on the cheer team together.
They cheer together.
So like, I don't ever want our lives to not be intertwined. Yeah, I love this. It's just the best.
Too good. So yeah, that's the kids. That's the husbands. Now you'll know the names. So
when we talk, if we mention them, they'll know who we're talking about.
We're not going to explain every time we say Ben or Greenlee or Alexis, and we can't talk about life without talking about our peeps.
Literally.
So obviously there's more to come, and I'm sure all of them will make their way into an episode with us at some point. Yeah. And I always think it's interesting. We've talked about this a lot, about talking about family.
Oh yeah.
Of like, being real and being raw and saying the real truth about things without telling other people's stories.
Right.
So I think we've kind of agreed one of the best ways to handle that is to have them on and tell their own story. Yeah. Right? And so I think we plan to do that in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that's a pretty good introduction. We've got, I think do we have a listener?
Let me look
at my notes. And while I'm doing this, I'll go ahead and address for anybody who is watching, because we know we have this both audio and video. Some of our episodes when we first started out, we had cards, and we were like, we've decided we're not card people. So just get over it. The cards are gone.
Yeah.
Our phones, our phones are back because I'm like,
that's
this
real
is
life.
what we do.
Yeah.
We are sitting and eating Mexican food, and someone says something really good, and we're like, grab the phone.
Yep.
Put that down.
Literally.
That's what we do. So,
listener question. Is that what we're on? Answer a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have one?
I don't think I have one today. So I think that's just a good cue to say, if you are in our Luxe Life community, if you've gone to our website, theluxelifepodcast.com, you can sign up for our email
community. Yeah.
And so in that, you can email us your questions.
Yeah.
So, I think us talking about our families probably generates a lot of questions. So we'll just use this moment to say, send us some questions. Because that's what we have lots of things to talk about. We can talk about a lot of things, and we're going to get into some leadership stuff. And I think these first few episodes has just been super fun to it's like a get to know you thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, for sure.
You need to know who we are before you listen to us talk about leadership.
Exactly. You can't
take our advice.
You know, my dad used to say, you can't eat everybody's cooking. You don't know if they're washing their hands in the kitchen and cooking your food. It's the same thing. Whether you're sitting in a pew for church, whether you're listening to a podcast, if you're going to let somebody pour into your life or speak, and listen to their advice, get to know them a little bit. So I think it's good that we're sharing who we are with everybody.
That's right. I mean, we could just come on here and start mind-blowing from Jump Street, but
yeah,
I think it's good to have the get to know you moments, and I think we've shared a lot. And I do think that some of the next episodes are going to be some of my favorites, because we're going to get into some of the things that we are best at.
Yes.
And that's really what we want to provide, is content that's going to help not just people with their families and their home life, their marriage, their relationships, but maybe you're a business owner, maybe you are an executive, or maybe you are a core team member in someone else's business.
Right.
That's where we shine.
Yes, and for sure.
So it's coming. I think our next episode. So just saying, you need to keep listening. Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
So, what else do we need to cover before we wrap this up? I mean, I think...
Do we have any tips for balancing... I think it said balancing family life. Do you see that on there?
Mm-hmm.
I want to read the whole...
Yeah.
Okay, tips for balancing family life with entrepreneurship. Did we answer this in another episode, though?
We've answered something similar, but I don't think it hurts because we have so many tips. It's just another chance to share. I'll let you go first.
I was going to say, so I think with both of us, our families are integrated, and our business and families are integrated. Okay.
That's a good word. Integrated.
Yeah. Yeah. So the balancing act is, it's not even something that we have to juggle, oh, I've got the business and then the family. You know what I mean? Yesterday, everybody in my house was working doing iShop stuff. Mm-hmm. The house was an office, and everybody was in a different room doing a different department task. And then when we were done, we made dinner, or, we watched a movie. It just all went together. And I think when you are an entrepreneur, a lot of times your business, if you do it upright, it's just going to fit in with your lifestyle.
Yeah.
And so I don't feel like there's a huge balancing act for us as much as maybe some other people. So maybe we do need to give some tips so we can get them to that point. But
I think I can say that as a tip. Joe and I have always talked about it like this. A lot of people have silos in their life. Okay, this is this compartmentalized. This is my marriage.
Right.
These are my kids. This is my work life. Mm-hmm. This is my spiritual life, my church life, and we don't have those silos. Mm-hmm. That does not exist. We are just everything is our life.
Yeah.
Right? So you're not going to talk to me about business without Jesus being a part of it. You're not going to talk to me about Jesus without money being a part of it. You're not going to talk to me about parenting without church being a part of it. You're not going to talk to me about church without leadership being a part of it. It is all one big silo.
Yeah.
And I think that is my tip is, yes, you've got to sometimes organize your time of how you spend on these things. But as far as trying to figure out how to balance those relationships with or those other aspects of your life, I think if you just get rid of the silos and just be you all the time, everywhere, include your family in what you're doing. It doesn't mean that they work for you necessarily, but like you said, if I'm an entrepreneur and I'm putting together a shipment to send out stuff to clients, or I'm recording social media content, like at your house the other day, we were recording social media, and it's like, who's around here? We need some people to hold some camera. We need extra cell phones for this. Oh, get in here. Right? That's just teamwork. That's what a family is a team.
Yes.
And so if maybe you're a small business owner and your spouse works in a corporate job. Okay, but they are still part of your team because they're your family.
Right.
So they might not be working in your business, but how they can help your business is that when they're not at their corporate job, they're helping out around the house.
Right.
To free you up to spend that extra time on your business.
Yes.
And so it's all about supporting, knowing what is the cause, and then everybody getting in position, whatever that position may be, and pushing the thing forward.
Yeah.
Some of the things that we have worked through with kids becoming adults and kind of going their own way is have absolutely like go chase your dreams. But like our son Will works for us. Right. So if you work for us, you can chase your dreams. But when we're pushing here, like we're going in this direction. So don't be pulling away. Don't pull us off course. And so that is probably my tip, is just make sure that everybody knows. It's just like if you're trying to move furniture. Well, if you got one end of the couch and I got another end of the couch and we're trying to go two different ways, it's like that one Friends episode where they're trying to go where the guys are with the couch and he's like, pivot. And they just can't get it up because they're working against each other. And so that is my tip, is don't work against each other, whether your family works in your business or not. Yeah. Maybe nobody in your family owns a business. Maybe, you have all different types of jobs. Be a team. Know what your objective is as a family, and then figure out how each player can support one another. Yes. That's my tip.
That's good. I love it. So, very timely.
All right. Well, I think we have just about exhausted our time for this episode.
Yes, it was great.
So,
it was fun.
You know what we're going to do? We got to do our cheers.
All right. Until next time, y'all.
Here's to living love.
Yes.